Hello friends, good evening. Okay, fine. So, yesterday I hope all of you understood the concept of distance. Okay? The concept of distance you understood. And physics is all about, physical realities. Okay? See, now there are many things which are abstract. You love, affection, hatred. These are all abstract. You cannot physically represent. That's why we don't study love and affection in physics. Otherwise, we would have studied it. Thankfully, no. And most of the things are tangible, except concepts like atom. Atom, you cannot see, you cannot feel, but well, we as physicists, we model atom, we explain atom in such a manner that it is tangible. Andra, niniga sparsha ಆಗ್ತದೆ. Like that light. Can you see light? Hello?
Yes, sir.
All of you can see light?
Yes, sir.
Sure?
Yes, sir.
See, now experiment and see. See, you are able to see me. Why you are able to see me?
Because of the light.
Light is coming from the window. But light is coming from the window. Can you see the light coming from the window on my face?
No, sir.
You can see the effects of light. You cannot see light. See, Adbhut. Aapko, you cannot see the light. If you could see the light, then you would have seen the light coming from it. But you will only see the effect of light. So these are some misconceptions, slowly and steadily.
You can see the light in that bulb.
That is different. See, here what you are seeing. Good, you should ask like that. See, when you get doubt like that, you should ask. See, what you are seeing there is a filament, tungsten filament, it gets heated, incandescent. It is emitting light. That light is falling on the glass bulb. So what you are seeing is the bulb, the bright bulb, but you are not seeing the light. Understood? Because that light is falling on the bulb and the bulb is getting illuminated. See, there are molecules in the bulb. So the light energy, when it falls on that, those molecules, okay, they absorb light, and then there is a phenomena by which they start being visible as physical entities. Okay, actually you don't see, you are seeing the cover of the bulb. Okay, and since it is bright, you are able to see that. Okay, anyways. So now yesterday most important thing is, after learning what is distance traveled, having understood that, and to some extent we have understood motion, the next important task in physics is representation of that. Okay, you imagine it is like this, and you have scientifically got hold of that, and now you have to represent it. Okay, to that also we have done. What did we do yesterday? So we have simply drawn a line yesterday, straight line. So your friend started from point O, and then he reached a point, and you called that point, the position as T1, and at that instance you recorded the time it was T1. Next position was D2 and T2, and next position was D3 and T3, and so on. If supposing he was clear. See, what we have done, we have represented. But now I am sure once we make the representation, then we should also understand what that representation means. Right? So what is this?
Path.
Excellent. So you see, wonderfully learned. So this is the path, and I have drawn a path which is a straight line. But does it mean that he has walked straight line?
No.
Understood. Okay. Now, what are these?
The position.
Excellent. Wonderful positions.
Of the body.
Position occupied by the body which is in transition. It's traveling or which is in transition. And what are these?
Instance of time.
Instants of time. Instants of time. Excellent. So whatever I have taught yesterday, you have understood. Now, this path can also be a straight line. This path can also be a straight line. And after all, what is a straight line? A line which is in a particular direction. Right? So in general, if I say line, it includes both curved line as well as straight line. I hope this is well understood. Okay. Now we shall go to the next phase of it. Right? Okay. The next phase of it, I would put it like this. Okay. So in general now, I will see now every time you don't have to conduct an experiment. ये फिजिक्स ऐसा है कि आप एक्सपेरिमेंट करके उसको रिप्रेजेंट करोगे. दूसरी क्या है, मैं एक रिप्रेजेंटेशन दूंगा आपको और आप उसको you should convert it into reality. So reality to representation or representation if I give you should convert it to reality. Okay? So that is the next phase, right? So what I will do. So now here, let me. So we have gone through this. So yesterday we have made this zigzag step and all this activity, and we have also done this, right? Now we have also defined motion, right? What is the definition? Is motion a scientific concept? Concept means what? Idea. Concept means useful idea. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ತಲೆ ಹಾಕೊಂಡು ಮುಚ್ಚಿದ್ರೆ ಏನೇನೋ ಐಡಿಯಾ ಬರ್ತಾವ, ಅದಕ್ಕೆಲ್ಲ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಅನ್ನಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, ಹುಚ್ಚು ಸೈಡ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ that particular idea should be useful for us to understand some phenomena or something happening, or it should be useful to us. Such ideas are called concepts. Not all ideas are not concepts, but all concepts are basically ideas. So in physical science, I think, can you all read this? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Can you see motion definition?
Okay, now don't write the definition of motion. Now with whatever I have taught, can you define motion? See now how you should define. Can you see this body? With whatever concept I have taught, you perceive this motion. Now what is it doing? Wait, let my theory see. What is this doing? This object doing?
Occupying some space, changing.
It is occupying different positions at different instants of time. Interval ಅಲ್ಲಮ್ಮ, ಈಗ ನೋಡು, ನಾನು ಎರಡು ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೆ. ಒಂದು ಡೆಫಿನಿಷನ್ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ ಬುಕ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಏನಿದೆ, ಎ ಬಾಡಿ ಆರ್ ಎ ಪಾರ್ಟಿಕಲ್ ಆಕ್ಯುಪೈಸ್ ಡಿಫರೆಂಟ್ ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ಸ್ at different instants of time with respect to a fixed point. That is motion. Okay? Now I gave you slightly bigger definition. And keep that definition. Don't have to now bother too much. Because if I give that definition, when you come to PUC first year, you must not say, sir, that time you gave that definition and now you are giving this definition. You must not contract it. Because science cannot be 2-2. That is why I have given. So don't practice the other definition that I have given. In your school, if they ask you, write the definition that is given in your school text. Okay? That is it. Okay, now can you define motion of a body?
Change in position of the body.
See, what has happened to you, Maitri? You have very nicely studied the textbook. So that definition is in your head. So you are not able to come out of that definition. You are not able to relate what I am teaching. I want you to get out of that. See, why I am trying to tell you do like this is because I know when you come to PUC first year, you are again going to learn motion. You are all going to learn motion and you are going to solve NEET, mains, IIT level KVP problems. So there, when you take up those books, they will give the definitions that I am giving. So then it will be confusing. Okay, so therefore I am just taking you to a higher level. It is not different from what is given in a textbook. But the way you can perceive will be slightly different. Understand? That's what I am trying to tell you. So now, school textbook has given one definition, fine. But now there are some issues with that definition. There are some issues with that definition. What is the definition you have told?
Change in position of an object in different instances of time.
So what do you mean change of position of the object? That means the object is occupying different positions. It means one and the same. I am also telling the same thing. Okay, body occupies different positions
And different instances.
because now you see that instant of time is not coming in your definition. Is it coming? Tell me your definition.
So
Tell.
change in position of an object in different instances of time.
Did you use the word instant? You did not use. I am making it explicit because there is a difference between interval of time and instance of time. So you are going to learn a lot of these things: instantaneous velocity, uniform velocity, non-uniform velocity, average velocity. They are different. And how you can differentiate? Only if you are sensitive to these words, instant, etc. I am trying to make you familiar with these terms. Okay? Just become familiar. When school examination, if they ask, you write the definition given in the school textbook. But you learn at a slightly higher level. That is what I am trying to put it. Okay? Okay, fine. See, because I am doing this exercise because when you come to PUC first year, I want you to be ready for the next level. So what has happened to me now is, those students who don't get trained like this, you would have got 99% in your 10th standard. But when you come to PUC first year, when it comes to IIT training and all, okay, many students, they suddenly start feeling, kya ho raha hai? Okay, so that is why I am trying to slightly take you to a higher level. I am not using any differentiation, integration and all. Those are the ways, you should learn physics, but I am not going in for those higher levels. Till higher levels, you will have to go when you come to PUC first year. But I am just making sure that you are comfortable with this. But whatever you have learned in your school, that is fine. Slightly higher with it. Slightly higher, not very much higher. I am taking care of those things. So just get used to it. Alright. So again, you see there are other definitions like in physics, motion is a phenomenon. It's not a concept, it is a phenomenon. See, like reflection is a phenomenon, refraction is a phenomenon. Rainbow, you see, because of so many phenomena exhibited by light. So motion is a phenomenon in which object changes its position with respect to time. Okay, motion is mathematically described in terms of displacement, distance, velocity, acceleration, speed. Because I wanted to bring this into aspect. Because now, what is motion? Okay, a body occupies different positions at different instants of time. But now there are different types of motions. So if you want to describe the motion of a body, say it's going like this or it's going like this or something, then you have to make some statements such that what you have in your mind, if you use the right words, then I will understand what you meant. Otherwise, you have something in your mind, you will use your own vocabulary, then I will understand something out of it. So physics is not that. Truth is something. What is truth? जो आपके दिल में है, आपकी जुबान से मेरे कानों तक पहुंचेगी और मेरे कानों से मेरे दिल तक पहुंचेगी और मैं वही महसूस कर रहा हूं जो आप चाहते थे. अगर ऐसा नहीं हुआ तो सत्य नहीं बोला. ठीक है, तो इसीलिए कोशिश हो रहा है. इसलिए ये जो टर्म्स है ना, डिस्प्लेसमेंट, डिस्टेंस, वेलोसिटी, एक्सेलरेशन, स्पीड, टाइम, okay, using these definitions, using these concepts, I will be able to explain the definition very, very clearly to you. Okay, fine. Be comfortable. Only these two statements. And if you didn't understand what are these statements, it is okay. It is okay. Not that you sit in this class and 100% you should understand, not necessary. But yes, there is something like this. As we start using these terms, it will become more and more familiar. For example, somebody wants to, you have never seen knife. Assume that you have never seen knife. Can you imagine? Imagine, now imagine that you have not seen a knife. Okay. Now supposing I want to explain what is a knife to you. How should I explain? You just think now, well, supposing somebody asks you this question. So it is so difficult, right? But you also know what is knife, I also know what is knife. How did you come to know what is knife? By seeing it. And it does many things. And on the first day you didn't understand what is the knife. But gradually you understood what is knife. Like that in life, many things, you didn't understand the first day. But gradually you understood many things. Like that, these things also you will gradually understand. You will not understand the first day only. Okay? So if you don't understand, you should not think that, oh, I didn't understand. You will understand. Be calm and cool. Okay. So now, an object may appear stationary for moving, for one person moving in a bus. Okay, this statement was there in your textbook, correct? So yesterday we have discussed this statement. Fine. So I am just telling you that whatever we discussed yesterday is pertaining to your school teaching. Right. For all the observers among, see now whether the person is in the bus or whether the person is on the road. So a person on the road sees the bus is moving. A person inside a bus will see all the passengers are at rest. But the person outside the bus is seeing all the passengers are moving. And the person inside the bus will see the person on the road as if he is moving backwards. See, in all these three things, what is changing? Observers are changing. Observers are changing, and what he is observing is changing. Is different. But there is one thing that is changing. What is that? That is time is changing. Time is changing means, the person on the road will see the bus at this instant, this instant, this instant, this instant. Correct? So, for the observer on the road, he is seeing the position of the bus at different instants of time. And for the observer inside the bus, if he is observing people on the road, he is seeing the person on the road at different instants of time. And for a person inside the bus, he is seeing another person inside the bus. He is seeing another person inside the bus at different instants of time. Only difference is the other person inside the bus is at the same position at different instants of time. Therefore, he is not moving. For a person on the road, he is seeing that person in the same position but at different instants of time. Hello, are you with me? So this person, now the observer actually is, observer inside the bus is seeing a person on the road. He is seeing that person at a point on the road, right? And this observer is occupying different positions. Bus is moving, observer is occupying different positions. But with respect to this person, the road person is occupying different positions. Are you able to get that?
Yes, sir.
So therefore, you see, I use the word called relative. That is what I am trying to tell. But in all these three experiments, what is this? Observer is the person on the road, and he is observing the bus, the passenger inside the bus. Second is observer is inside the bus, he is observing the person on the road. And third is the observer inside the bus and he is observing other passengers. In all these three things, he is observing things at different instants of time. So therefore, I am telling that time is changing in all these three things.
Position also is changing.
Wait, we'll come to that. We'll come to that. One by one. Time is changing. Agreed? That is, you are observing things at different instants of time. That is common. That is what I want to tell. Next, we'll come to the other points. For the observer inside the bus, the space outside the bus is changing and they perceive the object outside the bus is moving. ಈಗ ನಾ ಏನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಸೈಡ್ ಸ್ಟೇಟ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಇದೆ ಆಯ್ತಾ For the observer on the road, the space around him is changing since the bus and the passengers are moving. He says the bus and the passengers are moving. Sankalp, did you get it? For a person inside the bus, the space inside the bus is not changing. Hence, he perceives his fellow passengers to be at rest. But in all these three, what? Time is changing. If space is also changing, there is motion. But time is changing and space is not changing. Then there is no motion. Are you able to correlate these two things?
Yes, sir.
Clearly, or still you have doubts? Hello, please feel free.
No doubt, sir. No doubt, sir.
Yes, thank you. Okay, now let's go to the next step. If we denote the change of time as interval of time and put it as delta t, which I have already shown, and we denote the change in space by delta s. See, now I am here, you say space is s1. Now I am here, you now say space is s2. Understood? See, come on, please, because you see, space and time have to get related. Okay, space and time have to get related to one another. Then only motion is perceived. You cannot perceive motion if you are not able to relate these two things. Okay, fine. So therefore, if you denote change of time as interval of time, change of spaces, then the observer, if during dt there is corresponding change in ds, then to this observer motion is upward. Did you get the statement now here?
Yes, sir.
Slightly broader statement than what is given in your text. I am using the word space because that is a compulsory thing that all of you have to use. Space and time. So motion is all about space and time relation. Now, so reference point. So for this, you need some reference point. So now you know. What is reference point?
Point of fixed, like observer's point.
So, no. See here.
Means from the moving with the object in motion, that point is referred to. The point is a point is taken and kept as reference point. And if the object moves from away or closer to it, then it is said to be motion.
Exactly. So he said it very nice. That means you can take any point here and call it as reference point.
Yes, sir.
You can take my button as a reference point, your button as reference point. You can see the fan on top. The fan has wings. The fan is rotating. Now you take any point on the fan, even though the point is rotating, that can be taken as a reference.
But it's not fixed. No?
Who told you it should be fixed? Did we say anywhere that it should be fixed? As a reference point need not be fixed. Any point you can take and say that is a reference point. Okay? Now try to see why these things are important. I'll tell you. Now I will give you a numerical problem. Are you ready? Okay. Now pen paper bad. See, physics very easy. No, kati iddange itade. Tension ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ಯಾವಾಗ ಡ್ರಾಯಿಂಗ್ ತೆಗೆದು ಡಯಾಗ್ರಾಮ್ ತೆಗೆದಿದ್ರೆ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕು. ಅದರ್ವೈಸ್ ನೋಡಿ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ಕೊಡ್ತೇನೆ ನೀವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಿ. You are standing on the platform. A train is moving at 10 meters per second. Train is moving at 10 meters per second. In the train, you are sitting. You are seated inside the train, and you see another passenger in your train moving in the direction of train at 10 meters per second. ಮೈತ್ರಿಗೆ ಏನೋ ಆಗೈತಿ ಪೆನ್ ಬದಲ ಹೋಗಿಲಿಕ್ಕೆ ಅಷ್ಟೊತ್ತಿನ ತಗೋ ಲಘು ತಗೋ So now here you see you are the passenger on the platform. So this is platform passenger. Okay, platform passenger. So okay, platform, on the platform you have got a person standing on the platform. Then you see a train which is moving. So I am showing this. ಈ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಇವ ಹಿಂಗೆ ತೋರ್ಸಾಕತ್ತಾನ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ಯಾಕೆ ಅನ್ಕೋ ಈ ತಪ್ಪೇನಪ್ಪ ನಾ ಏನಾದ್ರು ತೋರಿಸ್ತೀನಿ ನಾ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಅಂತ ಆಗತ್ತೇನಿಲ್ಲ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಅನ್ಕೋರಿ ಆಯ್ತಾ ರೈಟ್ ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಓಕೆ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ದಿಸ್ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಇಸ್ ಮೂವಿಂಗ್ at 10 meters per second. ठीक है? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Then
Yes, sir.
inside the train, see Srinath is telling so nicely, yes. Good Srinath. So Srinath is online and all of you are offline here. So then inside the train, you see there is a passenger. Understand? So the train is moving at 10 and then there is a passenger inside the train. And this passenger is moving with 10 meters per second with respect to
Time.
with respect to who is this fellow? This is
Platform.
see listen this is platform. This is platform. This person, what is this person? Passenger a passenger seated in train. Oh, understood now? He is seated. This fellow, see this is representing what? A passenger seated in the train. And this is represent. What is this representing? This is representing what? A passenger running in the train. Running in the train. ठीक है ना? ನೀನು ಕೂತಿ ನಿನ್ನ ಮುಂದೆ ಓಡಾಡ ನೀವು ಓಡ್ತಿರಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪರವರು ಸಣ್ಣವರು ಇರ್ಬೇಕಾರೆ ಏ ತಡಿಯೋ ಋಷಿಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಓಡ್ಬೋದು ಇಲ್ಲ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಯು ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ನಾವು ಈಗ I told what? Passenger is running in the train with a speed of 10 meters per second with respect to a person who is seated. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Okay? Right. And now, with respect to the person on the platform, what is the speed of this? Hello, who is calling? Okay. So, now, with respect to the person on the platform, what is the speed of this person who is running in the train?
Means who is the Sitting in the person,
Correct होता है. Now for a person on the platform, he will see the train moving at 10 meters per second. And inside the train, he is seeing another person running at 10 meters per second with respect to the person seated. So the person on the platform will see this person running inside the train with what speed? Hello? 20 meters per second, correct no?
yes.
Hello?
Yes.
So for this fellow is running at 20 meters per second. For this person is running at 10 meters per second.
Yes.
Hello, are you with me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And for this person, what is the speed of this person?
0.
Minus 10. Minus 10 meters. Because this train is going like this. This fellow is there. So now this fellow becomes the observer. ನೀವು ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಹೋದಾಗ ಗಿಡ ಎಲ್ಲ ಹಿಂದೆ ಹೋಗೋದು ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತೈತಿಲ್ಲ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಸೇ ಗಿಡ ಹಿಂದೆ ಹೊಂಟಾವಲೇ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಸೊ with respect to this fellow is running at 10 meters per minus 10 meters in this direction, and with respect to this fellow is running at 10 meters per second. Got it? Hello. And with respect to this, what is the speed of this fellow?
10
Minus 10. And with respect to this fellow, what is the speed of this fellow?
Minus 20.
So that is why you see you are going to solve very tough problems like this. Now I am showing he is running. Supposing ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕೂತಾನ ಅವ ಈ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಹೊಂಟೈತಿ ಅವ ಪ್ಯಾಸೆಂಜರ್ ಇಲ್ಲದ ಟ್ರೈನ್ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಹೊಂಟೈತಿ. It is not going like this, it is going like this. All such problems you have to solve. So therefore you have to come to that level. Right? And that is why I am giving you, I am taking you towards that. ठीक है? ಈಗ ನೋಡ್ರಿ ನಾಳೆ NTSC ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬರೀತೀರಿ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ. ಮತ್ತೆ NTSC ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ನಾಗ ಹಿಂಗ್ ಕಲ್ತ್ರನ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ನೀವು ಬರೀ ಸ್ಕೂಲ್ನಾಗ ಕಲ್ತ್ರ ಬ್ರೇಕ್ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್? ಸೊ ಟೈಮ್ ಆರಾಮ್ಸೆ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್. ठीक है? So therefore you see a reference point, and then I have already explained distance to all of you. Okay, now I shall explain the concept of displacement to all of you. Right? I'll explain the concept of displacement. Are you ready for displacement?
Yes, sir.
So now I'm sure all of you will give me wrong answer. 100%. See, I'll tell you, even though I teach students displacement at this level, still after PUC 1, PUC 2, it is a very important concept. Students will always keep telling the wrong answer. And those students who give wrong answer will never cross any IIT, NEET or anything. Right? Because basically your understanding must be right. Okay? Now, if I ask you displacement, what will be your answer? Now, I will tell you what is displacement. Now you will understand what a grave mistake all of you have done. Okay? First of all, you see, when a concept is introduced, you should understand the purpose of that. You should understand the purpose of it, isn't it? Otherwise, it is meaningless. Understand? Otherwise, it is totally meaningless unless you have understood the purpose of that. Okay? So, what is the purpose of this term displacement? Let us try to understand this. Okay? So now, first of all, you see, this term displacement is used for objects in motion. Where is it used? Objects in motion. That is, it should be in motion. Okay, now you see, there is some point A here, and then there is some point B here, there is some point C here, and say there is some point D here, and so on. So the body. So what is this? This is the path traveled by the body. Path traveled by the body, or the path the body is still traveling. Okay, at some instant of time PA it is here, at some instant of time TB it is here, at some instant of time TC it is here, at some instant of time TD it is here. So you know what I mean by instance of time and so on. Okay, now then it has travelled from B to C. It has travelled from B to C along this path. It has travelled from B to C along this path. Okay. Now, standing at B, when the object is at C, standing at B, when the object is at C, then I will ask a question. Where is the object? When the object is at this point, I am standing here. Okay, I am standing here. Okay, and the object is here. So from here, when the object is traveling. It is it is traveling. But when I am here and when the object is at C, if I ask a question, where is the object? Okay, one thing is it is at C, sir. But now, where is C? Don't say it is on the board. Where is C?
Distance far away from B.
Distance?
Far away from B.
I'm happy that you are trying to answer. Good. But now think. If I really ask you, where is the object? Use your answer satisfying. Is it going to give me the full meaning, what I want? I want to exactly know where the object is. I want to know where exactly is the object. जोर मत करो, huh? TD is the instant. See, gentlemen, why TD? ನಾ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಾಗ ಈಗ ಅನ್ಕೋ ನೀ ಓಡಾಕತ್ತಿ ಅನ್ಕೋ ಈಗ ನೀನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿ ಅನ್ಕೋ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಸಂಭ್ರಮ್ ಯು ಆರ್ ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಅಂಡ್ ನಿನ್ ಖಾಸ್ ದೋಸ್ತ ಇವ ಓಡಾಕತ್ತ ಓಡಾಕತ್ತ ಈಗ ಇನ್ನೊಬ್ಬ ನಿನ್ ದೋಸ್ತ ಇವ ಓಕೆ ಇವ ಸುಶೀಲ್ ನಿಂತ ನಿನಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಲೇ ಇವನು ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಲೇ ಅವ ಎಲ್ಲದಲ್ಲೇ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ನೀ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಇವಂಗ ನೀನ ಇವ ಎಲ್ಲದಾನ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಹೆಂಗ ಹೇಳ್ತಿ ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್ ತಿಳಿತೆ ನೀ ಹೇಳ ನಂಗೆ ಅವ್ನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋಂಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಪ ನೀ ಎಲ್ಲದಾನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳು ಈಗ ಅವ ಫೋನ್ ಆಗದ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊ ಈಗ ಇವ ಫೋನ್ ಆಗದ ಫೋನ್ ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡ ಫೋನ್ನಾಗ ಕೇಳತ್ತಾನೆ ಅವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಲಿ ಇವ ನಿನಗೆ ಕೇಳತಾನೆ ಫೋನ್ ನಿನ್ ಕಿವಾಗ ಒಂದು ಫೋನ್ ಐತಿ ಇವ ನಿಂಗೆ ಫೋನ್ನಾಗ ಕೇಳತ್ತಾನೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅನ್ಲಿ ನೀ ಅವ್ನಿಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ನೀ ಅವ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು ಅವಂತ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಹೌ ವಿಲ್ ಯು ಟೆಲ್ ಇವ ಏನದ ಬೈ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಟ್ರಾವೆಲ್ ಹೇಳ ಈಗ ನಾನು ಕೇಳತ್ತೇನೆ ನೀನು ವಿಷಯ ನಂಗೆ ಕೇಳಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ನಾ ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ ಅವ 1 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ದೂರ ಅದ 1 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ದೂರ ಅದ 1 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ದೂರ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಿನ್ನೆ ನೀವು ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಕಲ್ತಿರಿ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲಿಂದ 1 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಎಲ್ಲ ಬರಿ ಸೊ 1 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು 1 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು 1 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದು 1 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇಲ್ಲೂ ಇರ್ಬೋದಲ್ಲ ಹೆಂಗಿರ್ತೈತಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ 1 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹೋಗಿರ್ಬೋದವ ಸಿ ನೀವು 1 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ನ ಅದಾನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಇವ ಏನ್ ತಿಳ್ಕೊತಾನ ಎಲ್ಲಿ ಅದಾನ ಅಂತ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕು ಹಿ ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಬಿ ಎನಿವೇರ್ ನೋ ಸೊ ಯು ಆರ್ ನಾಟ್ ಟೆಲಿಂಗ್ ದ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಟು ಟೆಲ್ ದ ಟ್ರೂತ್ ಕಮ್ ಆನ್ ಯು ವಾಂಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ Come on, tell me what is the direction and magnitude you want. Tell, good, you are right. See, she is very sincere, she studies everything in textbook. But the problem is she has by habit. She has picked those words and it is there in her head. Now also she is trying to do the same thing. She is trying to write, she is trying to read. If you do that, you will not crack IIT. You will get 99% in board exam or probably 100% in board exam. But in NEET and other examination, your ranking will be 50,000 and you will not get a government seat if you do like that. Understand? So you have to come out of the trap. You should not. See, this is the wrong way of it. You will, these things, you can buy it and run. That's called as rot mechanism. But it will not help you for the competitive exam. So you should prepare such that you will do well in competitive exam as well as in the board exam. So follow my instructions. So okay, fine. But that is good. At least in comparison to all of you, she has used some terms, magnitude and direction. But she doesn't know. Do you know what is magnitude and direction? How to use those concepts here? How to use those concepts, magnitude and direction here? You are right, but you don't know how to use it. Correct? You know you have used the right term, but you don't know the meaning of that. Therefore, your answer is incomplete. Okay? Okay, fine. Now, students, just imagine. Supposing I will say I have got some instrument through which I can see this fellow, and that instrument will tell me what is this length. Which length? Straight line length. ಈಗ ನೋಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಅದು ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ 1 ಮೀಟರ್ 2 ಮೀಟರ್ 10 ಮೀಟರ್ ಏನು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಹೇಳ್ತದೆ. ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನೀವು ಫೋನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಏನೇನು ಮಾಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡ್ತಾನೆ, ಇದಾನೆ ಅದನ್ನ ಇನ್ಸ್ಟ್ರೂಮೆಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿ ಇವ ಇಲ್ಲಿಗ ಸೇ 0.5 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಅಷ್ಟು ದೂರ ಅದಾನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ಅವ ಇವಂಗ 0.5 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ದೂರ ಅದಾನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ. ನೀ ಏನು ತಿಳ್ಕೊತಿ? ನೀ ಅವನು ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅದಾರ ಅಂತ ಹೆಂಗೆ ತಿಳ್ಕೊತಿ? ಈಗ 0.5 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲೇ ಸರ್ಕಲ್ ತೆಗಿ, ಇಲ್ಲೂ 0.5, ಇದು 0.5, ಇದು 0.5, ಇದು 0.5. With respect to this, all these are 0.5 kilometers. ಅರ್ಥ ಅದ? ಮತ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಇದಾನ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಕ್ಕೆ 0.5 ಕಿಲೋಮೀಟರ್ ಒಂದ್ ರೀತಿ ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಐತಿ. ಅದ್ರ ಜೊತೆ ಇನ್ನೊಂದೇನೋ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ಸ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್. ಅಂದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನೀವು ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಕಿಲ್ಲ. ಕರೆಕ್ಟಾ? ಓಕೆ, ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಸೊ ಇದು y ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್, ಇದು x ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್. ರೈಟಾ? ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ತೆಗಿ. ಈಗ ಈಗ ಅವನಿಗೂ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನೀ ಹೆಂಗೆ ತೆಗಿದಿ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಂತಿ, ಈಗ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನೀನು ಒರಿಜಿನ್ ತಗೊಂಡು ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ತೆಗಿದಿ. ಸೊ ಐ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಡ್ರಾನ್ ಎ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಬಟ್ this coordinate system, I can draw the coordinate system about this point like this. This is still the origin. But I can also draw the coordinate system like this now. See, na hing tegitene pa idukku x y ಅಂತ ಕರೀತೀನಿ. ನಾ ಹಿಂಗ್ ತೆಗಿತೀನಿ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ x y ಕರೀತೀನಿ. ಏನು ಪ್ರಾಬ್ಲಮ್? ಈ ಕೋಆರ್ಡಿನೇಟ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ನಾಗ ಹಿಂಗ್ ತೆಗಿಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಪೇಪರ್ ನಾಗ ತೆಗಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಹಿಂಗೆ ತೆಗಿತೀವಿ. ಚಟ ತೆಗಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗುದಿಲ್ಲ unless it is necessary. Correct? You are all coming closer to the answer. Tell me, how will you tell your friend that he is exactly here?
The direction.
How will you give direction?
The coordinate.
So for coordinate, for giving direction, you don't need coordinates. Try to understand. Very good. See, this is what you should do to learn. ಈಗ ಸಪೋಸಿಂಗ್ ಯಾರ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕಂತ ಇರ್ತಾರೆ. ಈಗ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ತಗೋ. ಈಗ somebody wants to come to my home. ಈಗ ಅಶೋಕ್ ನಗರ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ನಂಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಅಶೋಕ್ ನಗರ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಗೊತ್ತದಲ್ಲ ಎಲ್ಲರೂ? ಅಲ್ಲಿಂದ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸರ್ ನಾ ಕೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬಂದೇವ್ರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಹತ್ರ ಬಂದೇವ್ರಿ, ಎಲ್ಲ ದೀಪ ಅಂತ ಕೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಸೊ ಅವ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತಾನೆ ಅಶೋಕ್ ನಗರ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮುಂದೇನ್ರಿ. ಈಗ ನಾ ಅವ್ನು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಕೊಡ್ಬೇಕು ಹೇಳು? ಹೇಳ, ಕಮಾನ್ ಯೂಸ್ ಕಾಮನ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್. ನೀ ಹೇಳ, ಈಗ ನೀ ನಾನು ಅಶೋಕ್ ನಗರ್ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಆಗದೀನಿ, ನಂಗೆ ಈ ಮನೆಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾ ಹೆಂಗೆ ಬರ್ಬೇಕು ಹೇಳ? ಸಿ, ನೀವು ಬಂದ್ಗಡತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ನೀವು ಕರೆಕ್ಟ್ ಹೇಳ್ಬೇಕು. ಈಗ ನನಗೀಗ ನೀವು ಹೆಂಗೆ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ ಹಂಗೆ ನಾನು ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರೋ. ಈಗ ಗುಡ್ ಬಾಯ್. ಸಿ, ಹಿ ಈಸ್ ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡಿಂಗ್ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಆಲ್ ಅವಾಗ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಂತಿ. ಈ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನಿಂತಿ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋಗು. ಈಗ ಅವ ಇದು ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಅಂತ ಹೋಗು. ಈಗ ಅವ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದ, ಅವಾಗ ನೀನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ಬಾ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಈಗ ಅವ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಹಿಂಗೆ ನಿಂತಿದ್ದ, ಅವಾಗ ನೀನು ಅವ ಹೆಂಗೆ ನಿಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ತಿಳ್ಕೊಬೇಕೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಈಗ ಅವಂಗ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮುಂದೆ ನಾ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಕೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಸಿ ವೆನ್ ಐ ಗಿವ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್, ನೀವೆಲ್ಲದ್ರಿ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಮುಂದೆ ಅದ್ರಿ. ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಡಕ್ಕೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಐತೋ ಬಲಕ್ಕೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಐತ್ರಿ ಕೇಳ್ತೀನಿ. ಸರ ನಾ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್, ಸರ ಪ್ಲೀಸ್ ನಾ ಹೇಳಿದ ಮಾತು ಕೇಳ್ರಿ, ಈಗ ನಾನು ಬಲಕ್ಕೆ ಐತ್ರಿ, ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ತಿರುಗಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಡಕ್ಕೆ ಪೊಲೀಸ್ ಸ್ಟೇಷನ್ ಹೆಂಗೆ ತಿರುಗ್ರಿ. ಆತ್ರಿ ಸರ್, ತಿರುಗಿದ್ರಿ ಎಡಕ್ಕೆ. ಈಗ ನೀವು ಸೀದಾ ನಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಬರ್ರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಡಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಬರ್ರಿ. ನಿಮ್ಮ ಎಡಕ್ಕೆ ಮಧು ಬೇಕ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತೈತಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಮಠ ನಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಬರ್ರಿ. ಆತ್ರಿ ಸರ್, ಮಧು ಬೇಕ್ರಿ. ಮಧು ಬೇಕ್ರಿ ಕಂಡೈತಲ್ರಿ. ಈಗ ಅದ್ರ ಎದುರ್ಗ ಒಂದು ರೋಡ್ ಹೋಗ್ತೈತಿ ನೋಡ್ರಿ, ಆ ರೋಡ್ನಾಗ ಬರ್ರಿ ಬಲಕ್ಕೆ ಹೌದಿಲ್ರಿ ಬಲಕ್ಕೆ ಬರ್ರಿ ಈಗ ಆ ರೋಡ್ನಾಗ ಬಂದ್ರಲ್ರಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ಹಂಗ ನಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಬರ್ರಿ ಬಲಕ್ಕೆ ನೋಡ್ಕೊಂತೀರಿ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಕ್ರಾಸ್ ರೋಡ್ ಬರ್ತೈತಿ ತಿರುಗಬೇಡ್ರಿ ಹಂಗ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಮುಂದೆ ಬರ್ರಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಫೀಟ್ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಕಾಣತೈತಿ ಬಲಕ್ಕೆ ಅದೇ ರೀ ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆ ಆರಾಮ್ ಬರ್ತಾರ ಅರ್ಥ ಆಯ್ತಲ್ಲ ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನ್ ಅನ್ನೋದು ಒಂದು ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದೆ I created a reference direction. How did I create the reference direction? By asking him to, I took the police station as a reference point and I took this direction with police station to the left man as my direction, as my reference. And then with respect to that reference, I give the direction.
Reference point with the direction.
So understood, no, that is reference point, but not just reference point. I also specified the direction. How did I specify the direction? Gentlemen, stand like this. If you have police station to the left of the road, then this is the reference direction. You walk along this direction. See, there's a true incident I'll tell you. One person, I was going like this. One person was bag ಇಟ್ಕೊಂಡು ಸರ್ಚ್ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಅಡ್ಡಾಡಕತ್ತೆ ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರನಗರ ಪಾಪ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಓಲ್ಡ್ ಇತ್ತು ನಾನು ಹಿಂಗೆ ನೋಡಿದ್ದೆ ನನ್ಗೆ ಏನೋ ಕೆಲಸ ಇತ್ತು ನಂದಲ್ಲಿ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ ಇತ್ತು ಮತ್ತೆ ನಾ ಕಾಲೇಜ್ಗೆ ಹೋದೆ ಒಂದು ಪೀರಿಯಡ್ ತೊಗೊಂಡು ಹೊರಗೆ ಬಂದೆ ನಾನು ಕಾಲೇಜಲ್ಲಿ ಮತ್ತು ನಮ್ಮ ಮನೆಗೆ ಬರಾಕತ್ತಾಗ ಅವ್ರು ಇನ್ನೂ ರಸ್ತೆದಾಗ ಅಡ್ಡಾಡಕತ್ತಿದ್ರು ನನಗೆ ಪಾಪ ಕನಿಕಾರ ಬಂದು ಸರ್ ಏನು ಯಾರನ್ನ ಮನೆ ಹುಡ್ಕಾಕತ್ತೀರಿ ಹೊನಿ ಹುಡ್ಕಾಕತ್ತೀವ್ರಿ ಏನು ಅಡ್ರೆಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರಿ ಜೇಮಿನಿ ಲಾಂಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಐತ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರನಗರದಾಗ ಈಗ ನೋಡಿ ಏನು ಯಾರಾಗ ಜೇಮಿನಿ ಲಾಂಡ್ರಿ ಹತ್ರ ಮನೆ ಐತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ನಾನು ಹೇಳಿದೆ ನಾನು ಈಗ ಸುಮಾರು 20 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಜೇಮಿನಿ ಲಾಂಡ್ರಿ ನಾನು ನೋಡಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರನಗರದಾಗ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಲಾಂಡ್ರಿ ಆದರೆ ಎಲ್ಲ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ತೀನಿ ಜಿಮ್ನಿ ಲಾಂಡ್ರಿ ಅಂತ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾಕೆ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ಅಲ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ನಾವು ಬಾಗಲಕೋಟಿಂದ ಬಂದೇವ್ರಿ 1.5 ತಾಸು ಆತ ಹಸಿವಾಗತ್ತೈತ್ರಿ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ಮನಿ ಐತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ಸರ್ ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕೊಡ್ರಿ ಯಾರು ಮನಿ ಸರ್ ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಹುಬ್ಳಿ ತುಂಬ ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿಗಳು ಇರ್ತಾರೆ ಮತ್ತು ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ರಿ ಅವ್ರು ಏನು ಕೆಲಸ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಸಾಲಿ ಮಾಸ್ತರ್ ಅದಾರ್ರಿ ಸಾಲಿ ಮಾಸ್ತರ್ ನಮ್ಮ ಪೈಕಿ ಸೊ ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಸಾಲಿ ಮಾಸ್ತರ ವಿಶ್ವೇಶ್ವರನಗರ ಇವರೊಬ್ಬರು ಇರಬೇಕು ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ನನಗೊಬ್ಬರು ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಗೊತ್ತಿದ್ರು ಸಾಲಿ ಮಾಸ್ತರ್ ಸರ್ ಬರ್ರಿ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ ನನ್ನ ಕಾರ್ ಇತ್ತ ಬರ್ರಿ ನಾ ಕಾರ್ ಇದ್ದಿರೋದೇ ಬರ್ರಿ ಅದು ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಸರ್ ಮನೆ ಇದೆ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಜೇಮ್ನಿ ಲಾಂಡ್ರಿ ಕುಲಕರ್ಣಿ ಸರ್ ಮನೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಜೇಮ್ನಿ ಲಾಂಡ್ರಿ ಎಲ್ಲ ಐತಿ ನೋಡಿ ಹಿಂಗೆ ತಿರುಗಿದ್ರು ಒಂದು ಡಬ್ಬಿ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಸಣ್ಣ ಡಬ್ಬಿ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಸಣ್ಣದೇ ಈ ಸಿಗರೇಟ್ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಇರ್ತಾವಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಡಬ್ಬಿ ಅಂಗಡಿ ಅದ್ರ ಮ್ಯಾಲ ಅವ ಜೇಮಿನಿ ಅಂತ ಬರ್ತಾನ ಅದ ಲಾಂಡ್ರಿ ಅದು ಪಾಪ ಅದನ್ನು ರೆಫರೆನ್ಸ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಾರ ಚಿತ್ರ ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಅ ಫ್ಯಾಕ್ಟ್ ಸೊ ದೇರ್ ಫೋರ್ ಯು ಸಿ ದಿಸ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಮಥಿಂಗ್ ವಿಚ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಓಕೆ ನೋ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಬೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಷನಲ್ ಸೆನ್ಸ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ಹಿಯರ್ ಫಾರ್ ದಿಸ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಒನ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ ಈಸ್ ಸಿಂಪಲ್ ಅವರ್ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನೆಟಿಕ್ ಕಂಪಾಸ್ will tell you east, west, north, south. Hello, are you there? So supposing his magnetic compass will indicate this is the east direction, then obviously this is not, this is west and this is south. Now you tell him, he is at 0.5 kilometers and making an angle of whatever degrees. 38 degrees, 30, 40, 35 yaake some degree 38 degrees he is at 0.5 kilometers from where I am standing and he is at a point which if I join a line from me to him, that line makes an angle of 38 degrees with the east direction. Then you have exactly located the person. So you have told him two things. What are the two things? Where he is. That is from what is this shortest distance. And this shortest distance, if you show it by a straight line with arrowhead, then this straight line with arrowhead, the length of this straight line with arrowhead, what is the length of this straight line with arrowhead? It is 0.5 kilometers. And this straight line is making an angle of 38 degrees with east. So now you see you can uniquely locate any point on this earth. Is that clear to all of you? Okay. Now you see students, this line that I have drawn, from where? From the reference point to the point under consideration. See, don't use the word shortest distance. You follow me. I have drawn a line from the reference point to the point under consideration. The length of this line is the shortest distance from A to C.
Nice.
And this line is making an angle of 38 degrees with respect to east. Two things. What Maitri told. So, the length of this line. So, what is the length of this line?
0.5.
So, this length of the line is the magnitude. And the direction made by this line becomes the angle made by this line becomes the direction. Understood? The angle made by this line becomes the direction. And the length of this line becomes the magnitude. And what is the length of the line here? The shortest distance. It is not the path it has travelled. It may be the path. If supposing he has travelled like this, then this itself is the path. But that is not important. He has gone from point, he has travelled from point A to point C along any path. But as far as I am concerned, where is he? He is displaced. He is displaced. So now you see, I'll redraw this. So this was the, what is this? This is the path taken by the person. And these are points A, B, C, D, so on and so forth. And at different instants of time, he is here. Okay? He is here. And now I want to know, with respect to this point, when the person is at this point, where is he? If the question is asked, then the answer to that is, you, in your mind, you draw a line, a straight line. Okay? You draw a line, straight line. See, what is the straight line? It is AC. Okay? And using a compass standing here, you track the direction. Okay? You make the direction. What is it? This is east, west, north, south. And you have an instrument here where you can measure this angle, theta. What is this called? Theta. Angle theta. Theta. Rita alla. And now first time ನಮ್ಮ ಟೀಚರ್ ಹೇಳಿದಾಗ ಕಾಡಿಸಿ ಇಟ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಿಂದರ ಅಂತ ನಿಂದಿಸಿದ್ರಿ.
The angle is known as theta.
ನೇಮು ಈಗ ನನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಸುಧೀರ್, ನಿನ್ನ ಹೆಸರು ಹರಿಯಣ್ಣ. ಹಂಗ ಈ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಹೆಸರು ಕೊಡ್ತೇವೆ ತೀಟಾ. ನೀವೇನು ಕರಿತೀರಿ ಆ್ಯಂಗಲ್ಗೆ ಹೆಸರು? ABC ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀರಿ. ಇನ್ಮ್ಯಾಲಿಂದ ಥೀಟಾ ಅವೆಲ್ಲ. See, I am making you familiar with these common terms because I want you to read those books. The students who have got IIT under me, when they were in 10th standard, okay, they read this book, Physics by Dr. H.C. I will make it to read, don't worry. Okay, you can read. I will tell you, it will like a novel, romantic novel actually. But to enjoy that as a romantic novel, you should learn these terms. Then you can follow the book. Because in that book they will give you theta and all these things. So you will do theta, name of an angle, general name of an angle. Ashte. I want you to be enabled to read. If you read that book before you complete 10th standard, now don't read it. I will tell you when to read. Then you are almost sure that you will crack the IIT advanced exam, the world's toughest science exam. But if you have not done that, then it is a question mark. Afterwards, students work very hard. I have seen students PUC first in the IIT but how to learn, they don't know. They have to start from beginning. So that will not happen with all of you. Okay? So now you will say, well, so imagine a straight line drawn from A to C. The length of this line becomes the magnitude. And direction is theta with respect to A. And what is this line? AC. Now I will just give, see, usually a line means AC. But for this line, I am drawing a line and I am drawing an arrowhead. Can you see?
Yes, sir.
Special. Usually, ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು arrowhead from. ಆಮೇಲೆ ರೇ ಹಿಂಗೆ arrowhead ಮುಂದಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. Good boy. This is the representation of a ray. This is not the representation of ray. This is the representation of ray. This is not the representation of ray. And for this, I can give any name. I can give Sudheer also. I can give Aryan also. But here, recently, I am going to give the name AC. But this is special. This is special because this line is telling two things: direction also and magnitude also. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬರೀ AC ಬರೆಯಂಗಿಲ್ಲ, AC ಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಬಾರ್ ಬರೀತೀನಿ. AC bar. ಅನ್ನು ನೋಡೋಣ. AC bar. Or sometimes it is simply written as AC like this. But usually you should write a bar. AC bar. Okay, AC bar. So what is AC bar? AC bar, it is having two things. One is magnitude and direction. And what is this? What is this I have done? It is a physical quantity. You have moved from here to here. I have asked you a question. Where is this person? I have asked a question. Where is this person? So really he is at that point? No. Really he is gone there? No. It is not Mankat Kahani? No. So it is a physical quantity. Physical means physically it is there. Physically. So this where is he is a physical quantity, and that physical quantity we are giving the name displacement. That physical quantity we are giving the name displacement. And the mathematical notation for displacement is AC bar. I give the name AC bar here. I can give any name.
So for a line, we give arrow at both the ends.
No, that is different. That is different. That is a difference. See, everything notation has its own meaning. Here, I am using only this notation, especially for this. And I am mathematically denoting it as AC bar. And what is AC bar? In this context, what is AC bar? It is a displacement. And to be more specific, it is a displacement. It is a displacement. Yes, tell me, displacement vector. I'll tell you what is vector. In general, I will teach you what is vector. Vectors means they are physical quantities which can be completely specified by specifying both its magnitude and direction. I will tell you. Thamba. I will teach you. Next chapter, I will teach you vectors. Right now, since in your textbook they have used the word displacement, I am telling you all these things. What is that I have told you? First of all, I told you the necessity for this term called displacement. And what is displacement? Displacement is what? It is a vector. Okay, where will you use this displacement? For a body which is traveling. If I want to know the position of a body with respect to a reference point on the path, or with respect to a reference point, I want to know where is the position of the body which is traveling. Then I use the concept called displacement. Displacement matlab displacement vector. What is this displacement vector? Well, this has got, since it is a vector, it has got magnitude and direction. Now here, what is the magnitude? The shortest distance from this to this. And what is the direction? With respect to a reference, what is the angle made by it? That is the difference. Got it? My dear students, it's a very difficult concept. Actually, it is easy, but what I have found in my experience is, for students, this becomes an extremely difficult topic. Tough but actually, ನಿಮ್ಮ ಬುಕ್ನಾಗ ಏನು ಬರ್ದಾರ ಮಹಾಶುದ್ಧ ತಪ್ಪು. ಶಾರ್ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಡಿಸ್ಟೆನ್ಸ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಅಂತ ನಿಮ್ಮ ತಲೆ ಹುಳ ಹಾಕ್ಬಿಡ್ತಾರಲ್ಲ, ಅದು ಹೊರಗೆ ಹೋಗಂಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಅದರಿಂದ ಮುಂದೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಒಳಗೆ ಲಗಾ ಹೊಡ್ಯಾಕೆ ಶುರು ಮಾಡ್ತೀರಿ. Because these are all fundamental concepts. So even though it is slightly difficult, you will learn like this. You will learn. ಚಾಕು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಡೇ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗೋದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ನೀವೆಲ್ಲರೂ ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ನಡ್ಯಾಕೆ ಬರ್ತೀವಿ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಹೌದಿಲ್ಲ. ಹುಟ್ಟಿದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಕೈಕಾಲೆಲ್ಲ ಆಡಿಸಿದ್ವಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಡಬ್ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೌಕಾಶ ಇದ್ವಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಅಪ್ಪ ಹಿಡಿದ್ರೆ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತ್ವಿ, ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸೌಕಾಶ ಒಂದೊಂದು ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ಹಾಕಿದ್ವಿ. ಹೆಜ್ಜೆ ನಾವ ಹಾಕೋ ಮಟ ವಿ ಟುಕ್ ಹೆಲ್ಪ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಪೇರೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಫಾರ್. ಓಡೋದು ಯಾರು ಕಲಿಸ್ಲಿಲ್ಲ. ಓಡೋದು ನೀವೇ ಕಲ್ತ್ರಿ. ಕಲ್ಸಿದ್ರೆ ಯಾರೋ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಓಡೋದು ನೀವೇ. ಹಂಗೆ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸು. ಈಗ ನಾನು ನಿಮ್ಮ ಕೈ ಹಿಡಿದ ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್, ವಾಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದಿಸ್ ಕಲಿತೀನಿ, ದಯಮಾಡಿ ಕಲೀರಿ. ಬೀಳ್ತೀರಿ. ಈಗ ನಾವು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಬಿದ್ದು ಆಡ್ಕೊಂತ ಕಲ್ತೀವಿ. ಆದ್ರೆ ನೀವು ಬಿದ್ದಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಅಪ್ಪಾರವರು ಪಪ್ಪಿ ಬಿದ್ದು ಇನ್ನೊಮ್ಮೆ ನಡ್ಯಾಕ ಹೋಗ್ಬೇಡ ಅಂದಿದ್ರು ಹಂಗ ಕೊಡ್ತಿದ್ವಿ ನಾವು. ಹಂಗ ನಾನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ, ಈಗ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ತಿಳಿಲಿಲ್ಲಲ್ಲ, ಡೋಂಟ್ ವರಿ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಡ್ರಿ. ತಿಳಿಲಿಲ್ಲ, ಇಟ್ಸ್ ಓಕೆ, ನಾಳೆ ತಿಳಿದೈತಿ. ನೀ ಬಿದ್ದಿಯಲ್ಲ ಅವತ್ತ ಬೀಳು, ಮತ್ತು ನಾಳೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ನಡ್ಯಾಕ ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇವತ್ತು ತಿಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ, ನಾಳೆ ತಿಳಿದೆ. ಸೊ ನಾನೀಗ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ತಿಳಿಸ್ತೇನೆ ಅಷ್ಟೇ, ಮುಂದೆ ನೀವೇ ತಿಳ್ಕೊತೀರಲ್ಲ. ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಲರ್ನ್ ಹೌ ಟು ಲರ್ನ್ ಫಿಸಿಕ್ಸ್, ದೆನ್ ಯು ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ರೀಡ್ ದೋಸ್ ಬುಕ್ಸ್. ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಮೇಕ್ ಯು ರೆಡಿ ಫಾರ್ ದಟ್. ಬಟ್ ಯು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಟು ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಪೇಷನ್ಸ್. ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಬಿಕಮಿಂಗ್ ಜಡ್ಜ್ಮೆಂಟ್. ಸೊ ನೀವು ಟಫ್ ಕಲ್ಸಾಕತ್ತೀರಿ, ನೀವು ಈಸಿ ಕಲ್ಸಾಕತ್ತೀರಿ, ನೀವು ಮಸ್ತ್ ಕಲ್ಸಾಕತ್ತೀರಿ. ಡೋಂಟ್ ಡೂ ಆಲ್ ದಟ್ ಥಿಂಗ್ಸ್. ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ತಿಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ತಿಳಿಸ್ರಿ. ನೋಡಿ ಆಗಲ್ಲ ಸಂಕಲ್ಪ, ಸರ್ ನನಗೆ ತಿಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ, ಕಲಿಸಿದೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಮಾಡ್ಬೇಕು ನೀವು. ತಿಳಿದಿದ್ದ ಅನ್ಬೇಕು, ತಿಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ತಿಳಿದಿಲ್ಲ. ಆಯ್ತಾ? ಓಕೆ. ಎನಿವೆ, tomorrow also I will ask you a few questions on displacement. If you tell, I will take you to the next level. And trust me, I have trained the students like this. World's toughest exam, IIT JEE Advanced. From Hubli, from this place only. Ida jagadaginda ನಾನು ಸುಮಾರು 50 ಹುಡುಗರಿಗೆ ಟ್ರೈನಿಂಗ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟೀನಿ. ದೇ ಆರ್ ಆಲ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯು ವಿಲ್ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಬಿಕಮ್ ಸಕ್ಸಸ್ಫುಲ್. ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಯಾರು ನಾನು FSNT ಕಲಿತ ಡೈರೆಕ್ಟ್ PUC ಬಂದ್ರೆ ವೆರಿ ರೇರ್ಲಿ 1 out of 50 students have conquered IIT if they have not attended classes like this earlier. But majority the students who attend classes like this at this age, 50% of them have cracked IIT. Okay, that is how it is. Okay.